Welcome back, guys. I hope you're enjoying the activities and they're not too tricky for you. Just remember that the activities do get a little bit trickier each time, so if you're struggling on some of those activities, then take a little bit more time on them before you move on to the next ones. Today we're going to be doing some basketball skills. All you need is a ball that bounces, so make sure you've got some air in it. It doesn't matter if it's not a basketball, the football will work perfectly. If you really want to challenge yourself, you can use a smaller ball, maybe something like a tennis ball. Things to think about and coaching points when we're doing this activity is to make sure that our hand is nice and wide, so we've got a good area to bounce the ball. Use our fingertips when pushing the ball down, so we're not using our palm and hitting the ball. Also to keep our back straight and let the ball bounce up to waist height. We don't want to go after the ball, so we're going to change our height. We're then going to be pushing the ball too fast and we'll start to lose. Okay, so the first activity, making sure we've got wide hands. All we're going to be doing is just moving the ball from side to side, keeping our eyes on the ball, and just using our fingertips to push the ball. We'll try and challenge ourselves a little bit more. We can push it a little bit higher. Think of things that you might do to make that activity a little bit trickier. Maybe moving your arm over the ball. Okay, the next activity, we're just going to judge how much our ball is actually going to bounce. So 2 hands on the ball, we're just going to push the ball towards the floor and just catch. Once you found that a little bit easier, push that with 1 hand and catch. Want to make that a little bit trickier, push down with your opposite hand and catch the ball there as well. Next activity is we're going to be pushing the ball down without catching the ball, continually pushing the ball down. You can use 2 hands for this. If you want to challenge yourself, you can use 1 hand. Maybe you can go from right to left. Maybe you can just use your weak hand. Remember, when doing this, we're keeping our hands nice and wide, we're keeping our back straight, and we're pushing the ball to waist. The next challenge, with our feet nice and wide, can we dribble around our back? You can go one way. Can we do that going the opposite way? Maybe to make this even trickier, can we do figure of 8? If that's really tricky, what you can do is 2 hands. You can move it around that way. That maybe make it a little bit easier. Okay guys, the activity is going to get a little bit trickier now. So don't worry if you are struggling with this one. Maybe you can move back to the previous activities, and then at a later date when you've got a little bit better, a bit more confident, you can try this activity. So what we're going to do is continual lunges with a continual bounce. So we're going to be moving the ball from the outside, so our right arm, with my right leg going forwards. I'm going to dribble it through to catch with my left hand. As I catch, I'm going to switch my feet round and lunge with my left foot and pushing the ball through like so. And it'll look like this. It's very tricky, so if you want to catch the ball first before you start, then that's absolutely fine. You can do your lunge and then push the ball through. You can do it a lot slower if you need. Bouncing the ball. Maybe you can do this going under a leg. Could you bounce it over a leg? Can you stand up whilst dribbling the ball, making sure that you don't stop? And for the final activity, it is called the freestyle activity. So this is your chance to link any of the activities together, maybe even put some of your own activities in that you've done with basketball before. Thank you very much. I hope to see you all tomorrow.